So it's up to this point, huh? It's been fun. I mean, I'm not done yet. I'm not going to quit that easily.
If I die before I wake, I pray that God is just a fake. That when I close my eyes when I awake, that I ain't being judged at the pearly gates. Hey, I would live until infinity given the truth.
Now before we get into this rant good and proper, I'll tell you a few things. 1. I very much apologize for this, but I have had to get a Patreon. I've made this the best I can, so you can get all of the tiers and benefits no matter what tier you support me on, so like $1 or whatever is fine. And you get ranting first impressions of things before I even script the proper video that everyone else would see, so you get like unfinished writing, stories, random book reviews. You get polls to decide what videos that I'll be doing sometimes. Just stuff like that. I'm always trying to add some new stuff to it, so you can tell me how this goes. And whenever I have a new idea, like hint hint, I'm thinking of putting up a podcast or something, you get to preview it and the feedback comes from you first. So basically I hope that's okay. So Google is actually going through with its threat to demonetize basically everything on the face of the earth. And before any of you say that this is not a big deal, because the only people being affected by this are a small group of anti-SJW channels, let me remind you that a random history nerd channel, well, a bunch of them that have nothing to do with politics, and maths are being demonetized as well. And these are manually reviewed too, so you can't blame this on an AI. Actual people are thinking that this is offensive content. Teaching people maths is offensive content. So I'm not sure how long the smaller kind of anti-SJWs are going to be up, so luckily my other channel seems to be okay because it's not connected to this email or anything, and I don't have like controversial stuff over there. So if this channel is fucked, I'll implore you to subscribe to that one, because I'll continue making my reviews and stuff over there, but I'll have little intermissions where I'll sneak in some other type of content, and then I'll upload my other full videos that would normally be on this channel onto another platform. That'll be how that will work if this happens, and it probably will happen, so now you know. And I also have to urge you that if you give a fuck about any of your favorite content creators but you haven't really gotten around to making an account on other platforms, do it now. Because otherwise your channels that you like might just be lost into the void eventually, because you have to try and keep up with all the other stuff after leaving it to the last minute. So just try and do that now, whether it be for me or just for other people. And for me, this isn't about money. I don't make anything off of my content, it's just the fact that they're censoring people is what I have a problem with. And whenever someone's being just censored like this, it doesn't matter if you agree with them or not, it's still censorship. I mean, YouTube is demonetizing things they don't like, and to see what they do like, go to their Twitter. You'll find things like sexualization of children, such as them promoting that same channel who did that video about parents showing their kids dildos and stuff. You'll see them delegitimizing real trans people by showing those transgender types who think that gender is like this infinite spectrum. And stuff like that, you know, wholesome family entertainment. This is basically like if a religious person started off banning atheists and then started banning everyone who wasn't specifically making content praising the religion. This is pretty much that. And what Google doesn't seem to understand is if you rob people from commenting and stuff on the video, you basically rob people from debunking the video. For instance, the race realism video by Jared Taylor is now in a limited state, which means that people can't discuss the issue with each other on that video. The video is like 3 years old, and now since it got fucked over, it got like 300,000 views in one day. So YouTube is basically saying, hey, we're too dumb to realize that banning these views is actually promoting them for people and making them more popular, because that's how speech and humans work. This brings me to one particular question. What will happen? And I'm being serious about asking this. What will happen? This is basically what I said from my other video on this subject when I did that a couple months ago now, I think. YouTube always rolls out some weird shit and then it backfires and they roll it back until next time. Like with the restricted mode and everything, they're not really doing that as much. The YouTube hero thing, we haven't talked about that in a long time, because it always gets rolled back a bit once people start using it on the content that YouTube wants to protect. So what I'm asking is the same thing that I asked last time. But this time I'm not sure. Do you think this will happen? Do you think, is YouTube salvageable? Are they gonna roll it back? Or is this really what people are hyping it up to be? If this really is what it is, then we're in a very unstable but actually good moment. Because now we can at least attempt to find a way to build a better platform, learning from our mistakes and making it harder to repeat this shit. And I really hope so. Either way, it's not entirely positive and not entirely negative and very uncertain. But I'm not giving up, that's for sure. Expect a normal video schedule from me, just like always, and just expect the usual video stuff. I'm not gonna try and censor myself. There's pretty much gonna be no change in the way I make content, just in the way that I upload it. I'm obviously gonna keep working on this platform as well as other platforms until this platform personally kicks me off, I promise you. And if you really care about this, then you need to speak up now, because right now they are just going after content that actually does have provocative titles and stuff like that. So certain channels are safe, but they won't be for long. Like even Philip fucking DeFranco has had his stuff demonetized, and that guy is one of the most fence-riding people ever. And apparently it's the 31st of this month, so that'll be in a couple days when YouTube said that they were really officially rolling out all of these changes in full force. I'll try and find the article I saw floating around on Twitter so I can put that in the description. But that's pretty much what's going on now, so we have to wait till the 31st and then kind of see who's surviving the next day, I guess, on this platform and how it goes, so just make sure to look out for that. And for some reason people are also getting their videos put in limited state because they mention other platforms in their title. Someone was talking about their Patreon and their video got taken down. Someone was talking about why they got banned from Facebook and their video got put in a limited state. I do not understand what that's about. I'll end this on a positive note though. I'll tell you a funny story about my first time opening a channel and all of that. You should share yours too in the comments if you want, I think it'll be interesting. Despite being part of the generation that comes after millennials, since my family moved around a lot, I only really got access to the internet properly when I was 15. I had seen some of it in school, and that was a very restricted thing because I didn't have a phone either and I was just using school computer in exactly the ways that they wanted you to when you were doing whatever educational thing it was. I didn't know what a YouTuber was either. When I was 12, I got my own little laptop for the first time and I was super excited. Even though the keyboard didn't work and the only thing I could do was store music on it from CDs and shit like that, but I loved it. And fun fact, I still have that as a backup storage kind of thing. When we moved to where I live now, we finally got internet and I got a phone. And at 15 I had no idea how to use either of those things. And this was 3 years ago, I'm not kidding. I had no idea what a YouTuber was and now I make content, which is pretty funny. And I enjoyed those 3 years on this platform despite everything that may have went on with it. And it's still pretty good, so if this platform is going, even though I'll be on other platforms, I'll be sad to see it go. So expect a video from me normal time, make sure to follow me everywhere else, and do so with your other content creators if you want to keep up with their content because their channels might be going. And I'm sorry about the Patreon thing, but I had to do it, so I hope to see you in the comments if I have comments.
That I ain't being judged at the pearly gates. Hey, I would live until infinity given the choice. I've grown the amenities, keeping hidden from enemies. An invisible entity bringing noise. The affinity to swing with all my force, but the source of my powers when I scorch and devour all the lords and the towers with the